Hi, my name is Ayu from Oso Chomil. If you were once just like me that had lots of lovely knit fabrics and were afraid to sew because you didn't have a serger and overlocker, well, today I will explain to you a little on how you can actually use your normal sewing machine to create pretty and beautiful products with your knit materials that you have. Okay, so with me right now I have a few samples of items that I have made, as I do not have a serger or an overlock. It's basically the same thing, but it's called differently in different places. So using knit, I actually managed to sew this cute little romper using a normal sewing machine, as well as this dress for my little girl, which is wearable. It's gone in and out of the machine several times. The pattern actually is by Mammacandoit. It's called the Peplum Girl's Dress, and as you can see, she still loves it. And this is how the stitch looks like on the inside. It's basically actually a normal straight stitch, which I won't really recommend because of the stretch, so the stitch can easily break. What I would recommend is using a zigzag stitch, which is what I did for this jumpsuit romper instead. So from here you can see it's wearable, so for a homemaker like me, it doesn't really matter because I'm not actually selling it at the moment. So as long as she can wear it, it looks pretty on the outside, and if you're not that fussy, then I guess it's doable. So this is how a zigzag stitch, the normal zigzag stitch, will look, and it holds the material in place if you don't have a serger or an overlocker. Okay, now to the stitching part, which type of stitches to use. Generally, what we normally use for normal stitching using cotton and things like that is the straight line stitch. Whereas for knit, it is recommended you use this triple straight stitch because it locks 3 times forwards, backwards, and then forward. You also have this lightning bolts, which you can use because it strengthens the stitches. The most common and basic stitch would be this, the zigzag stitch, which is available on every modern sewing machine. Then we have this special stitch, which is called the 3-step zigzag. What it does basically is it moves diagonally to one another and prevents side-to-side pulling, so that the results won't have that tunneling effect and it will create a flatter stitch. So for those machines that have this special stitch, also known as the overlock or over edge, which gives the similar effect, except it just has it just does not include the trimming. And I would also recommend when using knit to change your needle to a ballpoint needle so that it's sharper and it can go through better. Alright, so I hope this tips has given you more confidence to sew using a normal sewing machine if you do not have a serger or an overlock. Good luck!